Kristen with Nerdette's NewsStand, and I want to talk a little bit about this Mads Mikkelsen situation. I really haven't since I said that Johnny Depp was fired from Warner Brothers or let go with pay, and I think it's a good thing. Why would you want to work for a company that doesn't want you there? That would just be so awful and awkward. It really would be. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. As always, hit like and leave a comment. But I am going to ask a specific answer in your comment. Do you think, in your personal opinion, that Mads Mikkelsen should have to pick a side when it comes to this situation? I know there's a lot of people out there, and we'll get to it by the end of it, saying that he should, not have said what he did because he, validated Amber. But, let me know if you think he should have to pick a side. So, we are going to read the comments that Mads made in an entertainment interview. Now, here we go again. A lot of you are going to disagree with me. A lot of you are. And I don't think that he should have to take a side. And that is because, therefore, the election, a little bit before the election, there was a lot of websites calling, like BuzzFeed, saying, YouTubers have to get political now. YouTubers have to get political. And I've never hidden my politics, but I think it should be up to the person whether they want to A, take a side, or B, get political, anything along that nature. And I think asking somebody to do that is kind of making your beliefs have to be theirs. And that's not for us to do. We don't make up other people's mind. We don't tell people what to do. So I don't think it's right for me to ever impose my beliefs on you. I think it's great that people listen and want to hear what I have to say, but it is not my right to make up your mind. And I think that's what you're asking about Mads Mikkelsen. I think he should come to whatever decision he makes in his own time. So basically what they asked him in this interview was, how is your rendition, right, going to be different than Johnny Depp's was? And he kind of makes a little joke trying to, I guess, maybe make it less awkward. I guess that's the best way to put it. He says, well, it's going to be me, so that's different. A lot of people, when they get nervous, use humor kind of as deflection, right? They use humor to lighten the air, make it a little bit more breathable, and kind of make things more comfortable in an interview. So by doing that, that's exactly what he's doing. So then he goes on to say, no, this is the tricky part. We're still working it out. There has to be a bridge between what Johnny did and what I'm going to do. And at the same time, I also have to make it my own. But also, we have to find a few links to the previous version of the character and some bridges so it doesn't completely detach from what was already masterfully achieved. And I think that's a perfect answer. He wants to be just as good as Johnny, but not replace him. I mean, I guess that is what he's doing. But not, take away from the character that he played for 2 shows, right? Or 2 movies, rather. And, I think that's very respectable. Do I think he should have had to reach out to Johnny? Not necessarily. I think it would have been the nice thing to do and say, hey, I know you took this loss. Do you mind if I take over? Yes, that would have been the nice thing to do, but in a professional career, picture yours, my nursing. So if a nurse at a facility gets fired and I, interview for a job and I get hired, it's not for me to reach out to that person and say, hey, I need this job. Do you mind if I take it? No, that's not how the real world works. So putting him in that circumstance isn't necessarily what he needed to do. He's doing what works for him and gets a job. Now, I am not very familiar with Mads at all. The only thing I actually know him from is Death Stranding. Fantastic job on Death Stranding, even though that game was a disappointment. I looked forward to it for like so many years. Oh my God, I remember all the trailers coming out and I'm like, yes, I'm so pumped, I'm so hyped. And then it came out and I'm like, let's walk some more. But even so, that's the only kind of way I've seen him acting. And right, it was a little different because it was a video game. But he goes on to say, job-wise, it's obviously super interesting and nice. It's also a shocker that it came after what happened, which is just super sad. I wish both of them the best, and that's what's triggering some people. I wish both of them the best. These are sad circumstances. I hope both of them will be back in the saddle again really soon. So, now, this is very professional. I think it is okay that he did this. Do I think there needs to be more public support for Johnny Depp? Of course. But we can't push our views on other people. And by doing that, what is that? Bigoted in nature, right? We can't ask somebody to think something, because that's not how the real world looks. I'm going to keep saying it. It's not for us to impose our views on someone else. It's just not. You have to let someone do their own education, do their own research, and simply come to the same understanding by themselves. So by wishing both of them the best, he's being professional. He's being nice. He is, extending that olive branch, so to speak. And it's okay. And that's okay. If someone was fired for the job and I got that job, I would say, I wish that person the best. And that's simple. I know it's different circumstances. Again, it is not for us to impose our views on other people, even if they are incorrect. And of course, that's subjective. But even if they are incorrect, everything should come through education. I'm sorry, that's what I truly believe. You have to educate yourself. And by doing so, you will come to a better understanding of the situation and what is going on. Because he's a Hollywood star. He probably doesn't know. So is it okay? Again, I asked in the comments, is it okay for us to impose our views? To say he should have picked a side? No. Do I want to see more public support for Johnny Depp by these big stars? Yes. And for victims of domestic violence. But not in the wrong way. So it goes back to the question that came, back in October and September area. It's very similar. Do they have to get political? Do they have to pick a side? No. You can't make someone do something they don't believe in. And we don't know that he doesn't believe that. We don't know that he's being anything more than professional. By hoping they both get back in the saddle, he's being professional. I find it very, what's the best way? I've seen some people asking for him to pick a side, that he has to pick a side, that he must pick a side. And I find it very hypocritical when you say this person has to pick a side, but then do a video on BuzzFeed saying, well, YouTubers shouldn't have to pick a side politically. It's the same thing, dressed up in a different dress. You can't impose your views. You can hope for the best and expect the worst, but in the middle, there's some nuance. So anyway, let me know what you think. I can literally hear my subs dropping. Oh boy. Anyways, let me know what you think, of course, in the comments below. Answer that original question. I would love to know your feedback. Maybe you think I'm wrong. Maybe you think he should absolutely be picking a side and he is distasteful for not doing so. And that's okay. Let me know in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon and subscribe stars. You guys literally make this channel possible. Huge thank you to Cage the Mick, Robert Mick Twiz, Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris Z, David L, David Rafford, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Mighty Balls, Mike Buckner, Maizen Barbosa, Ruskar, Ryan Decker, Robert Hoffman, and Doc Holliday. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for all your support. Don't forget on the way out to like as always if you enjoy the content and hit subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.